Hello, it's Nicole, and let's talk about my goals for 2025. We are already a couple days into the new year. It is January 5th, and I've already gotten started on some of the goals that I've set for myself. And I also just want to start off this video by saying that I am not someone who typically makes goals for myself, or maybe I should say I'm not someone who typically sticks to the goals I make for myself. Oftentimes, I set out a big goal, I don't know how to break it down, I start feeling anxious about it, I don't know how to approach it, and then I kind of just let it fall to the wayside. I may still work towards it in the general scope of things, but yeah, following a goal for me is something that can be hard to do. So I'm just telling you that as a disclaimer that I don't really believe in totally pressuring yourself and making yourself feel anxious to try to achieve something, but I think it's important to also set goals if there's something important to you that you want to accomplish to work towards. So without further ado, let's get into what I have planned for 2025, at least tentatively. In past years, I have set big goals for myself, and like I said, sometimes I get overwhelmed by them and don't know how to break them down. So for this year, I'm going to try to break down my goals into sort of quarterly plans and then also just working towards things monthly. And to help me reach those goals, I have a little daily journal for my daily scheduling, and then I have a larger journal to keep track of my day-to-day journaling, like big topics I want to write about. And also within here, I've created a little habit tracker for myself. The other day, I bought myself a little stamp that I could use. It's oil-based, so I could write over top of it with any pens I wanted. And as you can see, I had a few smudges, so it's not the most perfect, but that's something I'm always working towards, is kind of just pursuing what I want to do and avoiding trying to make everything perfect, if that makes sense, trying to avoid the perfectionism, because oftentimes I find that I totally freeze up when I'm trying to work on something if I get into the belief that it has to be perfect or I have to be in the perfect mood to do something. Trying to get rid of that, and it's just something I'm constantly working towards all the time. But yeah, as for big goals that I want to reach this year, if you're new to my channel, I am a writer. I feel like I'm a very on and off writer, which I'm sure if you also write, you can also relate to that. But this year, I would really like to finish my first novel. And when I say finish it, I want to get it into its final draft, which could go onto the next stage of my novel's life cycle, whether that's pursuing traditional publishing or self-publishing. I want to have it fully written and have my writers group review it, which consists of 2 of my friends, and just kind of get overall feedback on it and finally have a draft that I feel like is complete and ready for its next phase in life, even if it's not its final form. I hope that makes sense. So when I say it like that, that sounds like big and intimidating, and I don't even know how to break it down, but I've chosen to just set a goal for myself for January to be more consistent with my writing, and that means writing 3 times a week. And with this writing 3 times a week thing, I have not set any word count goals for myself. I have not set a time limit. The main goal is to just develop a habit of writing 3 times a week and being intentional with the writing sessions to work towards the larger goal of having my novel done by the end of this year. And as sort of a quarterly goal for this year, whether or not I meet it, is to have rewritten 50% of my first romance novel, which I'm calling Project 2A. And I feel like that's doable for myself. I have 3 months to do it. And I'm looking forward to sort of challenging myself, but also by setting a goal, I hope to be more focused on what I want to achieve and do rather than sort of getting caught up in every day-to-day life and forgetting to work on the things that I love, like my hobbies and writing. And as for my second goal, I just in general want to be more consistent on YouTube and to post at least 1 video a month, just so I don't leave you guys hanging. This past year, it's been a struggle for me to make videos just for a variety of reasons. Sort of the biggest one has just been feeling very self-conscious and like I can't post videos if I'm not talking about writing or being concerned about what other people want to watch in terms of my videos, which I know are all important things, and I want to make sure that you guys stay interested in my videos and what I'm posting. But I guess I can sort of describe it as stage fright also the perfectionism thing of if it's not perfect, I shouldn't post it. And I sort of want to dispel that a little bit, but it's a lot harder than just that. But sort of to work towards this goal, I just want to set the goal for myself for January to post 2 videos this month. So if you're seeing this one, I'm on the right track, and I hope to post another vlog which will involve some writing in this month. And to help me overall with this consistency goal, I do plan on making a big spreadsheet of video ideas for myself so I have things to pull from, just to make sure that I can keep posting and filming content in a way that feels comfortable to me and to totally not burn myself out. All that being said, if you're here, let me know if there's a specific type of video you'd be interested in or a topic you want to hear more from me about, whether it's more writing content, me talking more about writing in general. I don't know if you're interested in my cooking content, more vlogs, anything you want to suggest, I'm open to it because I want to make sure that, of course, you guys stay interested in watching what I post, but also I want to make sure it's enjoyable for me and it's something I can keep up with. And then the last 2 goals I have set out for myself, at least in terms of these habit trackers. One is to keep my bedroom floor clean. Kind of a silly one, but I am definitely a messy and cluttered person. You probably can't tell from this background, but from what I see, I'm like, yep, I could tidy up this room, but one thing at a time. I often get in the mindset of just wanting to like do everything and do it perfectly and do it right now. Like I probably could have set the goal to be like keep my whole entire place clean for 31 days, but I'm starting small and I'm starting with just keeping my bedroom floor clean because I love to pile up my dirty laundry on my floor and get behind on my laundry, and then before I know it, I can't see my floor and it's just a pile of messy clothes, which is embarrassing. But so far so good. During my break over the holidays, I got caught up on a big backlog of laundry and I've been doing a good job of keeping clothes off of my floor, and I feel like it really helps my mental space to keep things clear and decluttered. So just for January, I'm just starting with keeping my bedroom floor clean, which in general means keeping my bedroom clean, and although I haven't marked it down yet, I have been doing that every day so far. And I think as things go, just gonna like take it month by month, set a new goal for myself while keeping up with the previous goals I've set out. Basically, I'm just hoping by the end of this year, I will have a better system for keeping my place a little bit tidier, which should also help with my mental health. And for the final goal, which is something that I feel like I developed a really good habit with in 2024, was consistently exercising. It's made such a big difference to my health. I've been going to regular exercise classes, which involve weightlifting and like cardio, so like going on the treadmill and just doing things to get my heart beating faster. And I'm gonna continue with that because I love how strong I feel from doing those classes. But I thought for the month of January, because I did a lot of sitting in December, I did a lot of sitting at work and working later than I probably would, and just like lots of holiday parties and events and cozy time at home and with family. Not a lot of movement for me, although I was being consistent with my workouts and my exercise classes. Just thought it would be nice to get in some daily movement every day, so I've just set a goal of making sure that I do at least 30 minutes of movement, whether that's walking around or attending a class, things like that, just to make sure I'm staying on track and feeling good. So those are my 4 main goals that I'm going to be pursuing in January. There's lots of other little goals and things I want to do, but I don't know if they're sort of things I would work towards every single day. For example, I have the goal of buying a reading/writing chair to sit in my living room. I guess you would call it an armchair. I've really been eyeing the Stradmund chairs from IKEA. I've honestly been thinking about buying one of these chairs for years. I would say like at least 5 years, but I can just like never pull the trigger on buying it. And I've been chair shopping over my break from work. Yeah, like goals like that, and posting on Instagram is probably another one because I'm often pretty quiet on there, but one step at a time. Just kind of building consistency month by month, and I hope to bring you along on the journey. And please feel free to let me know down in the comments below if you are setting any goals for yourself this year, whether they're writing goals or just personal goals. whatever you're comfortable with sharing. I love hearing what's going on in your guys' lives and sort of what you're pursuing too, because I often think about it myself. Like if I see a comment where someone has let me know that they've written so many words this month, I will think to myself, wow, that's amazing that they accomplished that. I hope I can do something too. It's encouraging for me, and I hope it's encouraging for you. So feel free to do that, or if you don't have any goals set for yourself this year, I totally support that too, because I have done that many years myself. No goals in mind, or I forget them halfway through the year. Also, I should say, to help with my goals, I am starting to sort of write daily, hourly schedules for myself. I've been reading some self-help books, I guess you could categorize them as, about dealing with things like anxiety and ADHD and time management and things like that, because definitely I get caught up in my head, and I started using this strategy a bit last year, which has helped a lot, to just sort of like write out my goals, daily goals, and to write out an hourly plan so I don't get off track with what's going on in life. And I'm gonna continue to do that, which means doing things like scheduling time for video editing and schedule time for writing, and making sure I'm balancing everything else in life while not keeping it all in my head, and just being able to write things out in a little journal has been very helpful, and I'm gonna continue to do that. And another big thing is that I have set daily goals, daily reminders, to make sure I'm actually checking in with my journals and just not letting them fall to the wayside, which is also something I'm guilty of, the kind of thing of like out of sight, out of mind. So yeah, as always, thank you so much for being here and for watching. If you enjoyed this video, it would mean a lot if you left me a thumbs up to let me know that you're here. And if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to follow along with my journey and to make sure that I'm still posting videos. Thank you so much for watching and for being here and for spending some time with me, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!